Coach Bubba McDowell talked to HBCU Game Day a little bit about what was going on down at Prairie View A&M this past weekend. Prairie View A&M hosted a mega camp with Coach Deion Sanders, Coach Prime. And it drew out pretty significant results. A bunch of HBCU coaches were in attendance, along with a bunch of prospective athletes. So HBCU Game Day was on the scene. Shout out to them. Don't forget to like and subscribe to their videos. Tap in ASAP with what they got going on. But we're going to tap into their video right now.
Well, I think the biggest deal for these young men to come out and see that not just Prairie View, but multiple schools are out here looking at these guys, and they out here showcasing their talent, which is always good. You know, and a lot of these kids don't get a chance to go to multiple camps. So it's always good to go to one big mega camp and then have 30, 45 schools in here so they can see these guys collectively at one time.
You know, so many people are so territorial in recruitment that just sounds crazy to do with that.
Absolutely.
So what was the driver for you to say, no, come get in on your fitting? You want these guys to go to college somewhere.
I always tell that, and and you said it right. That's it. We just want these kids to get looked by anybody. Because look, everybody can't grab all of them. You're gonna have some good ones. You're gonna have some mediocre ones, but we can't grab.
Woo! Look at that picture right there, though. Look at that picture right there. Look at that. Coach Prime, Coach Willie Simmons, Coach Dawson Odoms, Coach Clarence McKinney. Look at that, man. Everybody in unison. Nobody beefing. Nobody tripping. Everybody just out recruiting, trying to get better. I don't see anything wrong with mega camps. There was some pushback over the fact that Coach Prime wanted to do a mega camp with Coach McDowell. I'm not really sure why. I think it's actually a good thing. If you know about the camp scene, it's all about how can you get the biggest mega camp, because there's mega camps competing against each other across the nation week to week. Just because you have a mega camp with your little school name on it does not mean I want to come there. The more schools, the more scouts, the more willing I am to move and travel to that game to make sure I'm there and to make sure I'm in that camp and showing my face and really showing my ass, right? Trying to get a look, trying to get a scally. So the bigger the camp, the better. So wouldn't Coach Prime mean better reviews, more players? Isn't that better for all the programs? You know what I mean? We can't fight ourselves on this. I think Coach Prime and his effect, use it. I don't know how to use it. I mean, I think there are some schools in the Pac-12 that would use this same Prime effect if they could. If the Pac-12 could do a mega camp, or if Washington State could do a mega camp with Coach Prime, do you think they would do it? I think so. I think any team in the nation would. They understand what Coach Deion Sanders means to college football. Let's keep on watching this video, though, real quick. I'll finish it up, and then we'll talk more about some mega camps.
If you feel they can fit your program, then you go get them and take them and develop them when they get there.
So a moment where Coach Prime dropped down on the knees.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to me about y'all's relationship.
Oh yeah, we've been going against each other, knowing each other. We're both Florida boys. You know, he had Florida State, I'm at Miami. He had some great battles over the years. So it's always great, man, to see a Hall of Famer like him continues to support, you know, HBCUs and camps in general. You know, because again, you know, when he's out here, he brings the kids out. Again, now these kids will be able to be seen by multiple colleges.
Right. I like that. I mean, I like that a lot. I think what Coach McDowell was saying was right on, man. Shout out to Coach. He was preaching, because when it comes to going to these camps, you just want to get seen by some coaches. You want to get a look. You don't want to – look, don't get it wrong now. This is a mega camp. This ain't no free camp. This ain't summer camp. This is a football camp. It costs money. These parents are paying money for their kids to get an opportunity to get looked at by different college coaches and possibly get a scholarship. They're not going to Prairie View A&M just to go play on some nice turf. They're going there to make plays, and they're going there to leave with scholarships. Now, the more coaches and the more hungry coaches that's out there, the more chances these kids have. I'm all about the players. I'm definitely a player first type of guy. And I don't think there's any reason why you should try not to do a mega camp because of any particular coach. Right? No. That doesn't stop me from wanting to do a mega camp. All right, so that was mega camp post up here. We'll find it. I'll bring it up. But as I'm still talking about this, with mega camps, there was a bunch of different mega camps that happened this past week. So this past week we saw We saw Bowie State host a mega camp. Coach Kyle hosted a big mega camp down in Maryland. Brought a bunch of guys out, which was actually pretty nice to see. Pretty nice to see. And I was actually a little taken aback by it, honestly. This is Coach Kyle's second year coaching. He's really running the ship down there at Bowie State and showing how he can be the head man after Coach Damon Wilson's left. And I like how he's running it. I think he's doing a very good job. I honestly will have to commend Coach Kyle on what he's done up there at Bowie State so far. Then after Coach Kyle, there were other people that actually got it in also. Mississippi Valley State has theirs coming up, but Tennessee State, Coach Eddie George got it in this past week. And at Coach Eddie George's past camp, they had at their indoor facility. They had an indoor facility. They had all of their players pull up. They had their staff pull up, and they did it big. It looked like a lot of players had a lot of fun. And I think, to me, that's kind of the biggest thing. If the players that are coming are enjoying their experiences on your campus, when you have a chance to throw a mega camp, if you can provide positive experiences to players and their family, that goes a long way. You don't forget the schools that you go to camp at. You actually keep, if you're a player, you keep those different wristbands and a little sheet and everything. Like, you do the whole thing because, for one, this is a big school. For two, who knows who approached you at that day? So you might still be thinking about that game that camp just because of who approached you that day. What if Coach Prime says something to you? What if that means that much to you, right? And I think it does, honestly. So here we are. I got my finally got my graphic, man. There we go. Bang. Now we looking right. Got all the coaches up here. Man, sorry it took so long, y'all. But of these coaches, talking about Coach Kyle, he's right up there, right up front. Coach Gerard Wilcher is next on the Prime Tour. Morehouse, Atlanta is going to be the site of the next mega camp. I assume we're going to get every school in the Georgia region, not Atlanta Metro, Georgia region. It's going to be there scouting some kids up at Morehouse is BT Harvey Stadium. I think it's going to be a packed out event. This is probably going to bring out a lot of media too. I did not see too much media down at Prairie View A&M, I will say. I think that this next camp, though, this next mega camp in Atlanta is going to be big for Coach Prime. It's going to be big for Gerard Wilcher, coach of Morehouse. I think that Morehouse right now is just finding players, picking them up as they can. A camp like this will bring all the talent right to you. That's all Morehouse needs. I think Coach Gerard Wilcher is ready to instill his new era at Morehouse, but he needs the players to do so, and it's going to take time for him to really get the guys that he wants into the school. You got to remember also, Morehouse cannot play graduate students, okay? They're just playing with underclassmen. They do not have a graduate program. All right. So that was my show for today, guys. And lastly, I'm sorry, one more. Chennis Berry, Coach Chennis Berry in Benedict College brought his whole staff, took his whole staff down to Mercer to participate in that camp. Pretty dope from Division II coach and staff, honestly. To get, there was at least 7 members of his staff that were at Mercer's. They call it a Raise the Bar Showcase. They're at the Raise the Bar Showcase this past week. So big shout outs to them also. But this was my show for this week, you guys. I'm sorry if I stumbled a little bit. I'm trying my best every week. Appreciate all y'all for tuning in with me in HBCU Flicks. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, talk to me. I mean, hey, look, you hit a comment.